Howdy, friends. Just a quick update. It's been a while since I've put one of these out, and so I wanted to kind of update you on what's been going on. About 2 weeks ago, on June, I believe it was June 8th, got up that morning. To keep a long story short, got up that morning, wasn't feeling quite right, had some things going on in my head that just were kind of funky. Ended up going to urgent care and discovered that my blood pressure was 222 over 105, that I was way into stroke range, and I ended up being transferred into ICU at a hospital here, and spent the weekend there recovering and getting my blood pressure under control with the help of great nurses and doctors, um, and also finding out that I had what is called a baby stroke, which is not a mini stroke, but it's a different thing. But it is called a baby stroke. Doesn't really do any damage. The brain can recover, but too many of them over a successive period of time or lengthy period of time, it can leave some permanent damage. So, in the grace and mercy of God, here I am. But while I was in the hospital, you know, things like that always cause me to just stop and reflect and to look at life and go, how did I get here? And basically, through the mercy of God, I began to see where I had left behind some things that were very important to me and had let my heart stray from some deep truths and ideas that I hold very dear and that to me are very um, vital and crucial. And so I, after talking with my wife and, of course, friends and family and talking with Jesus and that kind of thing, decided to resign from my job and to just rest and recover and to rethink priorities, and but also to basically just bring myself, to come back to these things and to get grounded in them and to find perhaps another line of work that is less stressful and and more conducive to um, just a healthier existence. um, but I want to say this: it. I recently heard a quote by Dallas Willard where he said the world is set up to cause the world is set up in a way to make you waste your time. And I've also heard Dallas Willard say that the follower of Jesus must commit himself to the relentless elimination of hurry. And I really believe those things are true. Um, I really, I've just always had the conviction in my heart that life is to be lived and to be experienced and to be enjoyed, and that Jesus has given us life abundantly so that we can live outside of the rat race of the world and outside of the values and the upheaval in our culture. And, that we're told that we're in the world but not of the world. But we're also told, do not be conformed to the world. And that we are if a person thinks they are a friend of the world, then they are an enemy of Christ. It says in, I believe it's James. So all of this has caused me to just reflect and to set my heart on the elimination of hurry and stress and anxiety from my life, insofar as it is possible with me. And there are things that are going to pop up in life. There are things that are going to surprise us. There are going to be crises. There are going to be emergencies. But we don't have to, and those things are just part of life. And Jesus is equipped for that and big enough for that. Nothing catches him off guard. But I don't believe for one instant that we are called to live in a continual state of hurry and stress and frustration and anxiety and agitation. So I've set my heart on recovering those things that God has, I believe, given me and put within my heart. To guide me and to live from, and to commune with Him. You can't commune with God in a hurry. You can't commune with God if you're distressed, and it says in the Psalms that He will redeem me in peace from the battle that surrounds me, and that He lifts our head up above the battle. And the idea there is down in the battlefield, man, there's so much going on. You got bullets flying past you. I mean, you're in panic mode all the time. And you're stressed and you're maxed out and your wiring is being overloaded and your nervous system is being overloaded. And it really, honestly, we live at a pace that for some folks it produces PTSD. And we need to really stop and think about that. So, I've turned my life back around. I've repented of these things and handed myself back over to Jesus to live under His care and His provision and His guidance. He loves us, He's going to take care of us. We don't have to worry. We do not have to stress. We don't have to live in that constant state and condition of hurry and agitation and stress. And so I encourage you to, it says in 1 Peter 5, cast your cares and your anxieties on Him because He cares for you. And that is largely taken from Psalm 55, I believe it's verse 22 or 23, where it says, cast your burdens on the Lord and He will sustain you. He will never allow the righteous to be shaken. Well, in the Hebrew there, the literal wording is roll what He has given you onto Him and He will sustain you. So that's my goal. That's my heart. And that's my direction. And I encourage you to let go of these things, to pull yourself, remove yourself from the rat race of the world and from the insane pace of our culture, and turn yourself over to Him, and rest in Him. He loves us. He loves us so much. He's not going to let us, He hasn't called us to be overwhelmed. And He will lift our head up above the rat race and the battle and give us His peace. So don't be anxious for anything, but in everything with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. And His peace will guard our hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. who loves us. Well, thank you for checking in. I plan on doing a lot more of these in the future because I got a lot more time. Um, and I hope you'll help me and pray for me. Thank you so much.